Good evening. Welcome to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show. My name is Leon Jones. Today is Friday, October 28th, 2016. Tune in to the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show every Saturday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Tomorrow we're going to be discussing leadership and management. I moved back the topic to next Saturday regarding certifying your business as a minority business enterprise because I'm trying to get a guest who could fill us in on the process from the Indiana Department of Transportation. I'm going to reach out to him again, and I'm going to try to also reach out again to the Democratic congressperson running in the 2nd District, which is in St. Joseph County, Indiana, right around South Bend, Notre Dame country, to come on my show, talk about what he is running for during this election and how his plan is going to incur economic growth in the state of Indiana. Guest calling number for the show is 215-383-5785. It's 215-383-5785. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality information for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. On this channel, we don't engage in any controversial or debatable issues, or we get emotional here. We don't do that. Nor do we engage in drama or unnecessary bickering. We keep it positive and respectful because this is a channel that is for education regarding topics of business, politics, and education. And we're going to throw some other topics in there such as cooking and traveling when they come up as well. Also, if you have a business or a topic that you would like for me to discuss on the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show, whether it be YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, please email me at lej6521@gmail.com. If you have a comment, feel free in the comment section. Make sure your comments are pithy, no bloviating, if you wish to opine. Now on to this evening's topic. I'm going to talk about the two-party system. The two-party system is out of date. The two-party system is out of date. I'm talking about the Democrats and the Republicans. And the problem with both parties is that they're in bed with big donors, CPACs, political hacks, media, academia, special interest, and other large conglomerates who are donating to their campaigns. And that being said, the two-party system is no longer representative government. They represent themselves. This is why they don't want term limits. And what I'm talking about, the two-party system, I'm looking at the legislative branch, and that is on all fronts, from the national to the state and local. I want everybody to understand, although we're voting in some areas in the gubernatorial races for governors and the presidential election, you have to understand that the two-party system is basically the legislative branch, and they control the purse strings. All the money, the funding that you want for transportation projects in your state comes from the party in power. And right now, it's the Republicans. And I do believe that they're going to hold on to the House and Senate. House and Senate. Not by much, but they're going to hold on to the money. These are the individuals you should have your eye on, particularly in the districts that have the incumbents. And one problem with incumbents is that they gerrymander the districts. And what do I mean by gerrymandering the districts? They change the maps. So the challenger has less clientele and less voters. And what I mean, they take the district map, and it's all based on what party is in power, and they draw new lines to make sure that they get all their constituents. This is a rough game. And what you have, instead of a two-party system, you have a big bureaucracy. And it's a lot of money that's being thrown at these politicians. This is why when we go to vote, nothing ever gets done. And what the two-party system has done, they create all these bills. You have an SB, which is a Senate bill, and an HB, which is a House bill. And what's in those bills is not what you want it to be or what you think it is. Like the health care bill, the reason why it was 3,000 pages, a lot of it was pork and fat. For all the fat guys. The money. Because that's what has happened. And what you have to do to even get any type of agenda passed as a regular person like myself, you have to join one of these lobbyist groups. Lobbyist groups are well funded, well organized, and they got an agenda. It works. But the problem is the representative government by the two-party system, it's out of date because big money has corrupted the system. This is why Donald Trump says it's rigged. It is rigged. You look at the media has been paid off by lots of people. The media's in the tank for Hillary Clinton. We already know it. You could say the media is a fourth branch of government or a second tier of the Democratic Party, except for Fox News and conservative talk radio. And even with the conservative talk radio and Fox News, they don't make up what the liberal media makes up. The liberal media has all of the education, all of the newspapers, a lot more the groups, and they have a lot more donors. Basically, the individuals who donate to the Republican Party are businesses. Now, the unions are also on the left side of the political spectrum. They donate to the Democratic Party. I was in AFSCME, and I know the money that I was paying my membership with, they always supported the Democratic candidate. I mean, look at what they got in Pennsylvania. Tom Wolf. And look what he's done. Nothing. And that's because the Republican Party is in power. You see, all of these guys are millionaires. They take perks from us. You know, we criticize welfare recipients. But let me tell you something. The amount of welfare that we pay to the individuals that don't work doesn't incorporate, doesn't even come to the amount of welfare. Because, you know, welfare goes up as well to some of these earners, corporations. That's called corporate welfare. And the politicians are getting a lot of it off our backs. But here's why the two-party system isn't working. Because as a taxpayer, most of us are distracted because we have to go to work every day. This is why, and this is a conspiracy theory, this is why they like to jack the prices up of everything to keep us working. Because if we're working 2 or 3 jobs, we don't have any time to deal with politics. Therefore, all the backroom deals can be made. And that's what's happening. And if you don't know this, you're going to miss this. See, I know what's going on because I asked the questions. And I don't go to some school. I go to the right sources. And there's one guy, if you're in the Chicagoland area, and I'd like to get him on the show one time. He works at AM 560. I think it's WIND. I listen to from 5 to 8. We talk about Joe Walsh, who was a congressman of Indiana, of Illinois. Oh, he spits the truth out. See, when you're in the real world, You can spit the truth out. Some of what he told me what went on in Washington, you'll have your grandmother turning over in her grave. All the corruption going on. A lot of stuff we go to jail for. But that's the problem with the two-party system. They hijack everything so all the parties, like the Libertarian Party and the Green Party, don't have a chance. This is why you have to have, at a minimum, and that is a high number, 15% to get on a ballot to debate. Ross Perot did it back in 1992. And this is why George Bush lost. The two-party system, it backfired for the Republicans because it took votes from the Republicans and the Democrats won. But the problem with the two-party system is the issues are not talked about. What's talked about is character assassination. See, I don't care what somebody did in their past. Does it make them an ineffective leader? No, but both parties have a lot of scandal. And I'm here to present a fair and balanced and an objective argument here. This is why I don't have to debate. Because if I'm going to debate, I got to look at both sides. And I know both sides are in it together. The Democrats and Republicans have created a huge bureaucracy. I know the Republicans complain that, we didn't get a chance to vote on a health care bill. Well, my question to the Republicans is, you had the House and Senate. Why didn't you fix it? See, the problem I have with these fellas in the Republican Party is they don't come up with their own plan. They want to say, well, we don't like the Democrats' plan. Well, what's your plan? You can't disagree with something if you're not going to replace it. And the problem with the Democrats is they don't want anybody else to come near their free speech. Because most of what the progressives say in this country is totalitarianism. And the totalitarians have hijacked the Democratic Party. This is why you have the partisan politics. You have totalitarianism versus, I'm going to say, a light version of libertarianism. Conservatism is dead. I don't care, you got the Sean Hannitys, the Michael Savages out there. Conservatism is dead. It's been dead. That went out in the 1960s. What you have is the progressives and the Democrats. Because really, that's who the Republicans are, the old Democrats. The Republican Party really doesn't exist. But the Republican Party, they're not fighters. I mean, they're supposed to be the elephant with that big trunk. They don't use it very well. The Democrats, they know how to be that donkey. And you got a lot of them in there. But I digress. But the two-party system is never going to work in this country because the Democrats and Republicans don't want it to work. They really don't want ideas. This is why all the issues that are talked about are recycled. They like to keep drama stirring. That's what all these debates are. They're nothing but entertainment. Whoever wins the presidency, it's not going to make a difference because the Democrats and the Republicans in the two-party system, whoever has the House and the Senate, they're going to be the ones making all the decisions. The money is held by the legislative branch. And in the bills that they create, it's nothing but fat and pork for themselves. And to Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, I feel very bad for both of you. I wouldn't want that job. We could all sit down and say, well, Hillary did A, B, C, D, and E, and Donald Trump did A, B, C, D, and E. I wouldn't want that job. My life depended on $400,000 a year for a bunch of stress, because that is what you get. And kudos to both of them. Kudos to anybody who goes out and runs for president. This is why I don't debate politics with people, because a number of individuals don't know. I mean, I work for a politician. I know what they do. The presidency, the governor, they're the positions that have what we want, term limits. But the Democrats and Republicans, they get all the money, have all the fundraisers, the dinners. I mean, $10,000, $12,000 a person. So all this money is flowing in. And it makes it very difficult for any challengers. Heck, it even makes it difficult for challengers, particularly if you're going up against an incumbent who's a Democrat or Republican, because you got to have money if you're going to come into the political system. And that being said, that's why the system is rigged. They allowed the money to become the representative and the devil for the Democrats and Republicans. Therefore, the two-party system, because of the corruption with money, has outlived its usefulness. Till we get new faces, new ideas, we're going to be barraged with the same issues from here or hell to high water. It's not going to change. Sorry to be a skeptic, but this is truth. And this is what we stand for right here on the 401 Talk Zone radio show. We stand for the truth. So that being said, that's my commentary. For this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show, till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful with each other. Have a wonderful and blessed evening. Good night.